Have you ever talked about something and then suddenly your phone shows you an ad for it? You didn't search it. You didn't type it. You just said it out loud and somehow it knew. Most of us laugh it off, but tonight we're asking a bigger question. How much do our phones really know about us? Where does our data go? And at what point did privacy quietly disappear? Tonight isn't about conspiracy. It's about technology, convenience, and the trade-offs we really rarely ever think about. This is Death of Privacy. Hey everyone, welcome back to the 4:30 Dinner Club. I'm Shawn here with my co-host Travis. We're just two mid-Kansas dads talking about life, the things that make us laugh, and everything in between. This is episode 46.
Hey there, Nibbles. How are you today? It's been a while.
It has been a while. Boy, I'm having a hard time getting you in there. There you go. So yeah, even on the intro though, for some reason, when I typed this up, I did not put our intro, so I had a free ball it there.
I was wondering when you were kind of
I paused for a little bit.
looking towards me, and
Yeah, like, hey,
I'm not the one to help you out on this because it's still everybody goes talk about life. In my mind, it's liberty and the pursuit of happiness.
oh my God. Yeah. So, yeah, it has been, I'm guessing, hit YouTube real quick. When did our last episode drop?
It had to have been 4.
Because we recorded 2 weeks prior to that.
Yeah.
So, I'm curious on how long it's actually been. So, we'll probably be a little rusty tonight, but
4 weeks ago, so
6 weeks ago we
weeks
sat
ago
in
since
here.
we've been in here.
Wow.
And nobody liked that one.
Really?
19 views.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
What was it?
We were promised more than this. What happened to the American dream?
That was your last one that you picked.
Yeah.
I thought the thumbnail was pretty good, nice.
Yeah, it was. It just
Didn't hit.
I think maybe it's they don't like us.
That's impossible. But yeah, so our hiatus was caused by a few different things. For the Comfort side of things, we started a dreaded lipstick refresh of our downstairs family area, which results in new crown molding, new picture frame, with like chair rail. You got boxes not shadow.
Almost like a wainscoting.
Yeah, kind of like
the top part of the wainscoting.
Yeah,
part?
yeah.
Okay.
I probably should have had some damn photos of it, but so that we didn't change up the base, paint the ceiling, 10-foot ceiling, repaint the ceiling, and paint the walls. Yeah, and it took a long time. Crown molding, because most of it's finished work. Man, I'm a builder. I'm not a finisher.
You're a rough carpenter.
Correct. And I set up GoPros in the corner, and I have recorded everything. So you want to see some funny shit, because one night after work, I got home like at 5:30, something like that. I got the first 8-foot piece of crown up, and obviously it's no big deal because
It's the easy one.
Yeah, it's blunt on one end and a 45, what they call a scarf joint, like so it crosses.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I guess that's the terminology they use. But so, anyways, I had the first one up. So the second one, I had to cut the other half of the scarf joint and then the 45 for the corner. I cut that thing, I bet you 20 times. And it's hilarious too, because I'd be sitting there, because on crown, obviously, you don't just cut 45s.
Yeah.
You gotta. There's a spring angle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you gotta know which is your right, which is your left for the corner, which you would think is obvious, but it's
Until you get to the saw.
correct. It's not. So I'm like, you can see it on video because I rewatched it the next day, and I'm like, right, left. Okay, I got it. And then all of a sudden, I'm off camera, and you hear the saw ring. Come back in there, and I put it up there, and it's all fucked up. I'm like, what? This went on for all night. I got no pieces up.
You got the first.
So 3 days, I got 2 pieces up. I finally got that one done, and I thought I was really kicking ass, and then I fucked up the next one.
Now I've got it.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that shit ain't cheap either.
No.
Crown molding.
We were trimming out windows. What?
I figured you were working on the house.
This is just the first one we did.
Gotcha.
And I had Dave outside making cuts, and he had never done trim before. But he could run a saw and stuff, and I told him the measurement for the trim. And you know, like on casing, you have the thick side, which goes to the outside, and the thin side that's on the inside.
Yep.
He cut it backwards.
Oh.
Which was no big deal. We were able to use that for another spot. But I was like, hey, Dave, and I was showing it to him. He's like, oh, okay, I get it. And he was walking back to the saw. He goes, oh, by the way, when we work on my house, I'm going to have you do the plumbing.
Yikes.
I was like, dude, I didn't get mad or anything. Like, I was just explaining it to you. You don't need to...
And he got butthurt a little bit?
Oh, he was just making a joke. But
wow. Huh.
Yeah.
That's kind of bullshit, Dave. Fuck you, Dave. So we had that going on. And then the project we were just talking about, I don't have nothing really to do with it, but we're getting our privacy fence finally finished after 23 years. I say finished, but it's actually just started for us because the neighbors have done the other sides.
How does that work within? I've always wondered, like, if they were going to build another fence, like how you're built, do you ask your neighbors or?
I didn't.
Or you're like, hey, you want to split this? You want to go halvesies?
You know, theoretically, that'd be, I would guess, the right way to do it. But I know nobody goes halvesies. But typically, you put the nice side of your fence to the neighbor's yard. Yeah,
because you have the framing or whatever on your side.
Not me.
Oh,
fuck them. They ain't fucking putting the money out for it. So I said, fuck it. And plus, I don't know whose other fence that is. I'm assuming it's theirs because up there it kind of goes here and then over to his house. Well, if I would do it the other way, the builder would have to be on their property.
Oh,
putting the pickets
on.
Yeah. So fuck it. I'm not much of a neighborly person anyway. So, yeah. So got that, and we're done with the phase 1 part. I got to the second part won't be near as bad. No crown molding for it, just a ceiling and walls, but they're only 8-foot walls on this side. Maybe a little bit of recocking here or there, and 3 or 4 more of those picture things. But you know, those picture things are, you get them joints close enough, and you just
can
cock her up.
Shit out of it. Yep.
Fuck it. So, what? We'll get into the big news here in just a minute.
Okay.
But what's been going on? Are you back on to the remodel?
We were going to be officially back on the outside of the remodel this weekend. If the rain stays away, it'll definitely be on. But
it ain't staying away. They're talking epic tornado for
tornadic activity.
Yeah,
I saw that on whoever that YouTube guy is. I haven't watched the video yet.
Max Velocity.
All of his videos is like major changes coming, and like the whole United States red.
Yep. I do like him though.
I love his stuff.
A little nerd that he is.
But we're gonna get the telehandler back and finish the north side, and we have a couple of the gables to finish.
So you haven't fired back up the remodel?
We've done inside trim.
Oh, okay.
Around the windows.
Yep.
But yeah, get that finished, and then the big one's coming. Finally pouring the patio.
Oh my God. That'll be a day in.
I'll have to record
that'll be known as a day in. Oh no, I told you. I'm recording it.
Oh, you're coming out?
Yes.
All right.
I ain't doing nothing.
Oh. All right.
I'm recording.
Okay.
Like how many weeks away are we?
It'll probably be middle of May.
Middle of May. Oh wait till it gets steamy, hot.
I'm just following my wife's instructions. She's the money woman.
Yeah, I hear you.
So
family doing good?
Doing good, yeah.
Track fired up. Any running? Nope.
Thursday, first meet of the year. Her preseason rankings came out.
And?
She's 16th in the entire state. in the 1600 and ninth in the entire state in the 800.
And refresh my memory, is she 8th grade?
8th grade.
Okay. That to me is crazy that they rank 8th graders.
Well, it's mile split. It's all done by computers and their times from the year before. It's not like Steve McFadden's over there fucking that Payson Murray. She's quite a runner.
That's what I was gonna say. Fucking, are you kidding me? Junior high. But,
I'm sure somewhere somebody has lists, but she ain't on them.
Yeah. Well, I would hope they don't, honestly, at this age, but I'm sure you're right.
Oh, everything. It's crazy. All that youth shit.
It's unfortunate, actually, because it's taking the fun out of it for the kids.
Me and my wife were talking about that. The whole travel, especially travel baseball and travel softball.
It's a status thing, man.
It's a total. And I watched a guy talk about it. Like, it's hurt, like, the Little League World Series.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, like, nobody plays Little League anymore.
Correct. But you watch the Major League, and the World Baseball Classic just finished a few weeks ago. And they're talking, Team USA, but Bryce Harper was the one that's coming to my head for some reason. But they're talking about how and I can visualize it straight in my head, how much money his parents put into him as an adolescent for the travel ball. But his club played against like Bobby Wood Jr.'s club, and you're just like, these are all and I'm probably stereotyping here, and I shouldn't say this, but it's all the elite,
the rich kids.
Correct. Yeah, and I'm not gonna put a race on it because it's all races.
Yeah.
When you get to that level, but you also got there's a handful of that just make it on pure talent.
Yeah.
With no.
Yeah, I don't care how much money they have and how many club teams they play. They still can't beat the kids that play with cardboard gloves.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Basically.
Because I saw that thing of who was it? Riviera, the closing
Manuel Riviera
for the
Manuel Riviera
for the Yankees.
Yeah,
and he showed
Sandman was his walkout.
He showed how he would make his mitt when he was growing up, and it was just a folded up piece of cardboard.
Yeah. Yep.
And he's like, "That's all I needed."
Yeah, because he could throw fucking smoke.
Yeah.
So the Pirates got an true 18-year-old catcher or shortstop.
I saw that, and like in his first, no, it was a catcher. It wasn't. Never mind.
Scratch that. I don't think it's a shortstop. I think it's a pitcher that throws 105 mile an hour. I think he's 18.
Holy shit!
Yep.
I saw a couple pitchers talking like that. They're like, I forget who it was, but he was pretty dominant back in like the early 2000s. He threw 95. He's like, I'd be lucky to get in the lineup right now.
Yeah, let's.
Like you go back and you watch like major leagues when Ricky Wild Thing Vaughn was throwing 96, 97. Everybody's like, holy shit.
Yep.
And now guys are throwing that in the 7th inning. If they go that long.
Correct.
And then guys are hitting 500-foot tanks off of them.
Yeah. Well, all Google's saying is Paul Skeens, but I know that's not who. Here's an Instagram of it. Max Clark. Who was? Okay, so this is just basically talking about. It's Hernandez. Oh, that's right. He's from Mexico, I think. First pitch up, and he threw 102 mile an hour. First pitch in the major leagues, 102 mile an hour.
Good. Oh, yeah. That kid was like, Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. But in the World Baseball Classic also, I think it was, I'm going to butcher this. I wanted to say Venezuela, but I don't think it was. But anyways, it was a Latino-based country. I just can't remember what country it is, and I don't think I'm wrong for saying that. But this kid was in high school.
Oh, no shit.
Yes, sophomore in high school. Earlier in the day, he was studying for finals.
And then he goes and pitches in the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
Did Kershaw pitch at all?
No. he was there for
Just to be there.
symbolic reasons. Yeah. But I thought that was cool too. I mean, I like Sammy.
Do you know he went to high school with
Yep. The quarterback.
Yeah.
They played club ball together as well.
Yeah.
Apparently, the quarterback was just as good at football or baseball as well.
Who are we thinking of here for the
Quarterback
Lions?
for the Rams.
Rams. Yeah, he used to play for the Lions.
Yeah.
You guys know who we're talking about.
Yeah,
Matthew Stafford. Yep.
Yep. All right. Well, we have gone 9 minutes. No, actually, I forgot. I started 5 minutes late. So 14 minutes we have gone with this episode without. We got 2 big news. I forgot the last episode. I almost bleeped out what was going to be life-changing for me.
Ah.
You forgot, didn't you?
I didn't.
Because you're
Yeah, I
like,
did.
it's funny as shit on. But there's lots of things about the last episode that we're going to talk about here in a minute.
Okay.
But anyways, I'm going to be a grandfather.
Papa Shawn?
Holy shit. How about that?
Congratulations. Congratulations, Malia
And Jake.
and Jacob. Okay, I want to make sure that.
Correct, yes. So, yeah, I think I got the green light because I did tell my little brother too early and I got in trouble.
Oh.
Yeah. And it was a honest mistake. I thought I had the green light, but I didn't.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It was a crazy way it went down too, because they came over specifically to tell us. And I was walking towards the bathroom and we were just talking, normal conversation, whatever. And I made a comment, something like, that shit ain't going to happen until I'm a grandpa, walking around. And Malia just kind of said, well, you're going to be one. It just, how that the conversation played out, it just played out perfectly for them to, because Jake was saying Malia was scared to death to tell us. I think in her mind it was like she's still in high school.
Still in high school. Yeah. Are they super excited or are they freaking out right now?
No, they're still in the happy stage.
Yeah.
I asked Malia yesterday at Easter church if she was scared, and she says, "Well, duh." But I mean, Jake's over the moon. He's excited. It's I think I can say it's a boy.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a boy.
I prefer a girl for the first one. I think it's cool when the older sister takes care of the son or the boy in high school.
What do you mean?
Like Malia took care of.
Watches over him?
Yeah, she watched over Eli.
Okay.
You don't want to fuck with Eli's sister. One of those things.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So the other big thing that happened with me is, do you remember the show NCIS?
Which one?
With Jethro Gibbs.
I don't know who that is.
Gibbs.
Was he the one that'd be like
really serious?
Looks like we gotta.
Yeah, and he had the military haircut type. It was can't remember his name. Do you remember Ziva David? She was in earlier. You don't know. But anyways, he was the one that always started the "You Got My Six." DiNozzo always had Gibbs' 6.
Okay.
And then DiNozzo left. And Gibbs had a big thing that, you're leaving my 6 naked. So, what's been going on with you, Travis?
Shawn fired me.
No, Shawn got fired, I think.
No,
After
almost 11 years.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think that was you saying that I bailed on your 6.
Yeah. My 6 is naked. But, I think it's for the right reasons.
Yeah.
I think it was I don't think you knew how surprised I was going to be.
I could have swore. I was like, because I remember talking to my wife, like, they don't expect this coming.
I didn't see this one coming for nothing.
And nobody did.
I mean, granted, we knew something was off since last October, November.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we don't need to get in any particular things.
But I mean, I was known as a moody Like,
Correct.
as you said, I'd be, what was mopey?
Yeah.
I'd be mopey.
Oh, Mopey Travis, God damn it. But yeah, it took me off guard, and yeah, I don't know what else to say about it other than it's definitely weird. But hopefully it's what you need and want, I guess is the proper word. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that's huge in our world.
Yeah, that was big. That was really big.
So yeah, huge change I would say a huge change for your family, but probably more so for your wife than anything, because apparently your daughter thought you're still working at the railroad.
Up until a couple of years ago, yeah, she was like, she asked, "Do you still work for the railroad?" No. And then a couple of years, like not too long ago, she was, "What exactly do you do?" I was like, "I don't really know."
Yeah, I was gonna say we all wondered that as well, but. Yeah, so you took a position with a different agency, if you will, that requires you to do labor.
Yeah, I'm back in the field. I'm back
And
as a working man.
I guess it's still the honeymoon's still going on, so I'm assuming you haven't worked hard enough to say, fuck this shit.
I've been pretty sore. 4 years in an office.
Have you? Really?
Dude, my fingers were so fucking swollen up one day. This bad pinky of mine was so swollen up I couldn't move it. And that was because I didn't take my ibuprofen in the morning, at lunch, so I could be able to get through the day.
Oh, serious?
The wristicles, the elbows, and the shoulders and the knees have been... It's getting better. It's a lot better.
So you've actually... The position that you've taken is actually a labor position? Or is there a different word for it?
I do labor. Yeah.
What is the title? Or
street maintenance worker?
Street walker? Street worker?
Yeah, street worker. I have not gotten picked up.
Imagine that. Huh. Well, I mean, I guess
it's no different than, you know.
I don't want to walk through what led to it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to walk through what's it like for a mid-40s man who is leaving a 10-year position, starting at the bottom again. What's that like? I mean, what goes through your head? Were you nervous?
No, I played it through my head, and I'm like, the biggest. I looked at it like what irritated me when I had a new guy that had done this stuff before, and when someone told me something, like, "Oh, you want to do this?" Okay, I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know always pissed me off.
Yep.
So I'm trying to do avoid things that pissed me off.
Have you pulled the I know yet?
No, I've tried.
Not even on accident?
As far as I know, I'm pretty sure I haven't. I might have to some people. Or, no, that's not really what... No, no, I haven't.
Oh, you've crossed that bridge.
No, I haven't.
Because ultimately, at the end of the day, and not to make... I mean, yeah, it is what it is. I'm guessing you kind of could be a rock star very easily where you're at now, correct?
There's some good guys.
What do you mean by good? Like, they're nice?
No,
or
like they know
they're
their shit.
talented?
They know their shit and they're talented, yeah.
They know their shit when it comes to asphalt.
Oh, I haven't done any asphalt.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
I don't know. That might be the other side. There's two halves of it that one foreman has, another foreman has. I think the other side does most of the asphalt, from where I've been told.
So you just do a little maintenance and some concrete.
Concrete, yeah.
And when you say they know their shit, like they know how to put wire mat in?
No, like they've the whole the system, like today we poured concrete and it went really smooth, and the guys put a good finish on it.
Okay. So what's your work day? I mean, you go to work at 7:30, you take break at 10, you eat lunch for an hour.
No, lunch is 30.
Lunch is 30. Paid or non-paid?
Non-paid. And then I think 2:30 break. I haven't figured out that break yet.
And does it not matter what's going on either? You take break?
No, we worked through that one more often.
You hit her hard.
There's that one we work through more often than we take, and then you head back to the shop around 3:15.
Gosh. It's gonna be a chopped up mess.
Yeah.
Okay, so you call her a day at 3:50 or 4 o'clock. I'm assuming pretty relaxing. I'm guessing.
Last week.
Did you wear shorts? Have you?
I haven't worn shorts yet. I haven't worn shorts
Because you're pretty excited about that, right?
It needs to get a little bit more warmer for me.
Really?
Yeah.
'Cause I see.
I mean, I'm wearing shorts right now.
Yeah.
There's guys that have busted them out.
Oh yeah. I mean.
Yeah. And yeah, it's gonna be weird for me, but
Are you wearing sneakers?
I will.
But you're still wearing boots.
Right now? Yeah, I'm not. I don't wear sneakers with jeans.
Oh. So, do your coworkers? Are they wearing boots?
Yeah, they all wear boots, except for even one guy that wore shorts was wearing boots one day.
How's Well, I can say that you're greatly missed from from us. But
Just the presence, though.
no, not at all. The whole package.
I was. The whole
I mean, you were your worst enemy. I had a conversation with your brother about this.
Yeah.
You and I talked about it on air several times.
Yeah, and
You just never gave yourself enough credit. But hopefully this helps.
we'll see.
For those of you now that knows what happened or what's going on and all that, watch, because there was only 19 people that watched it.
Yeah.
Which is terrible, especially pass the word around, because if they watch the last episode and watch this episode, they're going to see something huge.
And I think it was missed until I pointed it out.
I didn't notice it.
Well, some people said they noticed something different
Not me.
from what you told me.
Oh, Jake and Malia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't even tell.
Yeah.
I was like, bullshit.
Yeah. I was flabbergasted about it until someone told me. So I went back and watched it. I'm like, motherfucker. Because episode 45 was all about people quitting jobs after being there for a long time, loyalty, all this shit.
I was like, this motherfucker knows.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here staring around. I mean, I'm looking at this episode, watching it and going, holy shit, I can't see nothing. And then all of a sudden I could see the terror in your eyes.
Yeah, because I was the one that told you. I was like, watch it again.
Yeah.
I was like, you made a short of it on YouTube.
Correct, yes.
And I was like, you're sitting there talking, and I am not stone faced, like not showing any emotion, just like, in just pure. I was waiting for just a blow up.
Yeah, and at first, I'm not gonna lie. I think I told you, I was pissed because I'm like, motherfucker sat right there, knowing he's gonna do this, and didn't say fucking nothing. But when I thought about, I was the dumbass that was staring right at you and didn't realize that you're in pure terror. So yeah, I mean, if you want a great 2 episodes, watch episode 45.
Knowing what was going on.
Correct. I guess you already know because you're watching this one to go back and watch it. But yeah, you'll see how these two tie together, that it was not scripted, nothing. It was the real life. I mean, that's what we claim to be here, is real life situations.
Because it was about a little, almost exactly a week after that I put in my notice.
Yeah, it was 1 week.
Yeah.
Because it was the following Monday.
Tuesday.
You
were off on Monday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was all pumped. I had myself motivated and talked to myself the whole way into work. Like, gonna go talk to Shawn, and we're gonna do this, and it's okay. Where's Shawn? Oh, he's not here today. Fuck.
And then Tuesday,
safety
meeting first thing.
Holy shit.
Obviously no one knows what our safety meetings are, but Travis is was part of every safety meeting we had. We rotate everybody other than, Travis is the only one that doesn't get rotated because he's in charge of what we call whatever, a safety portion of our safety meeting. And so I always put them on the spot. And it was something definitely was off. And I think even before you came to my office, I said something to BC about, looks like we got Mopey Travis today or something like that.
And my pants were wet because my palms were sweating so much. I kept wiping them on my pants. And then people wouldn't stop fucking bullshitting at the end of the meal. I'm like, just shut the fuck up so I can go in and get this over with.
Yeah, it was a paving crew, I think,
yeah.
was in there.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, so that, man, I tell you, that is a weird sequence of events.
Yeah. It was almost, I was dreading that, and it was kind of one of those things that, just walking into your office, my heart was just pounding a million miles an hour, and just.
Yeah, when you came in and said you needed to talk, I mean, that was nothing new, but then you started closing the door, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's when I was like, this motherfucker's going to quit.
You go, well, this ain't good.
Yeah. God damn. You see, when
I guess we could talk about it. This wasn't the first time I quit.
so yeah, 2 years ago, I think it was.
No, this was 4 years. It was like
ago?
3 or 4 months into me being in that position.
Okay, yeah. So Travis got moved into a more mid-level manager position, and again, I had no idea, and it's no secret, the dynamic that we have here. I flip you shit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I obviously sometimes I go too far, but over time I recognized where I could go and when I need to stop. But the first time you quit was before that. I thought that I made you quit.
No.
And I was like, oh, motherfucker. BC came into my office and said, hey, Travis just quit. I said, the fuck he did. So we packed up into my truck. We drove to Travis's house, and we made Travis come back to work.
Yeah, that was a fun call to make to my wife. I called her. She's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm back at APEC. She's what? And I was like, Shawn and BC just came and picked me up and took me back. And she goes, well, what does that mean? I was like, I guess I still work here.
That was the weirdest thing. And I had told Claudia about it. And Claudia was mad at me because she was like, obviously he doesn't want to work there. And you're making him. I was like, I'm not making him. But, I mean, obviously I kind of did. But that, I think that was a completely different type of situation.
That was a little different. That was a lot different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what was it? What caused that one? Still same thing? Oh, no, it was someone else that was working there, you told me.
Yeah.
So would you say for your wife, the build up to this permanent one started back then?
4 years ago?
Yeah.
No.
No.
It's
because we say we noticed it in November, but I think it was before then.
Yeah, she said it's. I guess maybe she said that she noticed a big change in me
when you took this new middle management job.
It wasn't too far off.
Yeah,
but it was more so after my mom passed away.
So,
which was
my 6 being naked is your mom's fault.
Yeah, good job, Renee.
Yeah, way to be.
No, but she said that's when she kind of noticed it.
And what do you? I mean, we've had. And tell me if I need to cut, but we've had many of episodes on men's mental health. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Your mom passing and where you're at mentally at work, where you felt you needed to step away. Was that due to your mom's passing?
I don't think so. Okay. I don't know if that was just it kind of lined up with kind of the same
time wise.
Well, because I didn't have this position when my mom passed away. Well, that position.
No.
Because I was still pouring concrete in Abilene with Paul.
Yeah, you're right. So
maybe things don't line up. I'm just tired.
Yeah, and it is what it is. I can already tell you that this episode was the death of privacy, and when we first started, I told Travis that I had the episode ready, but I didn't feel like we were going to get to it because I really wanted to talk about this, and I think that the 41, 42?
I've been 46, I think.
46. Wow. 46 viewers kind of deserve to know this because they seen the dynamic between us when we worked together, the good and bad.
Uh-huh. I don't think we ever brought anything bad.
No, in fact, I always thought it was good for us because it don't matter whatever tension
Oh, there was some
at work.
times that when it came in that it was a bad day.
Correct. But I think as soon as we started
it was done.
Yeah, and by the time the episode was done, I think the bad day was done.
Yeah.
But so I felt like it was worthy of talking about all this up to however far you want to talk about it. And this is not scripted. That's why, obviously, I'm on air saying that we'll go as far as you want to go. And if you don't want to go any further, then we won't.
No, I don't have a problem.
Because I think it is important. I think this ties into a lot of the episodes that we had that we were trying to do good up to. And I've been very raw and emotional as far as sharing my feelings and my mental health.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a problem telling everybody that I think I was just extremely fatigued.
Yeah.
A lot of stress. I mean, I think I carried more stress than I should have.
Yeah.
I did more. I try to brag on myself here. But I mean, I never left a lot of the times, like even on vacation.
That was something I didn't know.
Yeah.
That was a shock to me when I found out you were taking phone calls and doing all this on work. And shame on me because maybe I shouldn't, or maybe I didn't realize it. But I've made a conscious effort in the last several years not to bother people when they're on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm sure I probably flipped you a text. No, I don't think I did. So yeah, when you told me that, I was mad because I felt like if I would have known that, I could have stopped it and it could have helped.
Yeah.
Because that's bullshit. I mean, that's how I grew up through the business is you were never on vacation.
Yeah.
So my family suffered, and I don't wish that on anybody. So,
and I mean, hindsight being 2020, it should have been something that I could have brought to you guys.
I wish you would have brought it to me, for sure.
And seen what we could have fixed or changed or did something different
before it was too late.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm not shy to say that I spent probably an hour and a half out of the 2 hours trying to come up with different ways to keep you. But at the end of the day, I think I was pretty honest when I told you it's not up to me to tell you that you're making a mistake.
Yeah.
That's something, it's your life. You know what you need and what you don't need and what your family needs. So I think my message to a lot of the younger people is, I think if you have the relationship with people you work with and you get overloaded, I think you hopefully will take that step to have those conversations before
it gets, talk to somebody.
Yeah. And, for older managers that have younger guys that are working underneath you pay more attention. I feel terrible because I felt like I should have seen some signs. And I did see the signs, but I thought it was just Mopey Travis. Yeah. So that sucks on my part. And, yeah. So I told you there, and I truly still mean it. I apologize for whatever part I played in making you to that point. Because don't say I didn't, because I obviously, I'm the one who drives the boat. So if I'm putting pressure on individuals, I should know the limits of them.
Yeah.
So do your due diligence on there. But what would you, if you feel comfortable, what would you tell someone in your shoes? What did you learn from
some of the things I passed on to my predecessor, the person who took my spot.
Yeah. He's told me pretty much everything.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Little snitch.
Yeah. No.
No, I told him, I was like, when I was, giving him everything, I was like, this is your company phone. I was like, tell everybody to delete your personal phone. I was like, you only take business calls on this because you can shut this off.
Yeah, that's your own damn fault.
That was my fault, 100%.
Because I told you over and over and over again to quit using your personal stuff.
Yep. And it's bit me in the ass when I got a computer ruined.
Yeah.
It bit me in the ass when I couldn't leave work because I'm not going to not play on my phone.
Exactly, yes.
I don't know. That was the biggest thing I could pass on to him was that's the best way to leave work at work.
Yep. I mean, here I go. I'm trying to make excuses because I'm about ready to say you can't always leave work at work.
Oh, no, you can't.
Or can you?
No.
Well, it depends on what level you're at.
Yeah.
And what you expect.
At that level.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I've ran my mind through this a million times.
Do you feel like a brand new man or no?
I feel stress free.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So do you think if I asked Danielle, she would say you're a completely different person?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Really?
Yeah. I was grumpy a couple nights ago because I forgot to take ibuprofen. I was a little sore.
Danielle, which I don't think you watch these anymore. I think you're kind of like Claudia, but Travis is going to make you watch this one, I hope. Put it in the comments. Is Travis a brand new man? And don't be shy. You're not going to hurt my feelings none.
I mean, the one thing, I had 2 phone calls last week.
That's because you used your goddamn personal phone. If I was you, I'd be changing the number.
No.
Oh.
All week.
Oh.
I had 2 phone calls.
Well, you're never going to get a phone call from me because I hate to talk on the phone. I'll text you. And well, right when you left, speaking of texting, did you pick up on what was going on?
When?
When you first left and I was texting, I said, who am I texting? So anyways, in my contacts, I have Travis Murray. And I have your phone number, personal phone number, and I also have your work phone number. So I'm texting Colton. And actually, I started off with texting you. I texted you, like, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Somehow, later, I texted Colton, and it's all on the same on my phone, it's all on the same email string. At one point in time, I'm like, who the hell am I talking to here? Because you had answered, or someone answered.
No, I said something about taking forms somewhere, and you just said, huh?
Yeah.
You didn't say anything. Who am I texting?
That's right, but because you didn't reply.
I didn't reply to Ready to Come Back.
Correct. And then, I don't know, somehow Colton's text came through, and that's when I texted, that wasn't for you.
Oh.
That was for Colton. But it was in the same text string. I was so fucked up that I had to finally go into your contact and delete that number out of there and make a new one for Colton.
Oh, a lot of the hired drivers were super confused.
Really?
Because it was the same way. They had my company phone and mine under the same one.
Oh shit!
So they were trying to call Colton, and they were calling me.
Yep.
And
it's fucked up, man.
Yeah. And that was weird because I was out. I guess I did do some asphalt. We were doing some asphalt out at the wastewater treatment plant, and of all people, J2 Trucking comes walking up, wanting to know where to dump millings. He's like, just the look on his face.
Really?
What the fuck are you doing here? Yeah, like that. That would have been my second day out there. I mean, I saw all my old guys.
That's crazy.
I was waving.
How did that make you feel? Were you weirded out?
It was weird. It's still weird.
You're not embarrassed though, right?
No.
Okay.
I've never been a guy that
I hope not.
puts his self-worth into what he does.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, I couldn't because I'm just a big dumbass.
See, there you go again.
It's but no, I'm not embarrassed of anything. I don't give a shit.
I would hope not.
I'd be the same person in front of other construction workers that I am in front of a fucking president of a company.
Correct. Yeah, and I definitely would expect that out of you, for sure. Yeah, we were talking a little bit ago about how some of the guys at work told you that, hey, just to let you know, we talk a lot of shit. And I was just kind of, it was coming out of your mouth, but I don't know if I said it before you or not. I said, fuck, they don't know what the fuck's about to hit them. In fact, Travis said he's probably going to get in trouble.
Welcome to the fucking show.
Yeah, that's all right.
No, I mean, they're good guys. I like them. It's just different. It's.
Do you foresee yourself ever being like, damn, I kind of missed the stress a little bit? No? I mean, I'm not asking, are you going to miss me?
No, it's
already happening? Well, the door's always open, but
no, yeah. It's different. It's been, I've had to hold myself back a lot of times.
You don't think that you made a mistake, do you?
No.
You're still holding true, or still holding. I was gonna say a fancy word.
I'm trying to put it in a way that's not bad, that might need to be cut out, and I don't want to piss you off with what I say.
Oh, dude, you're so far beyond pissing me off.
Oh, I've already pissed you off enough.
No, I'm just. You couldn't hurt my feelings.
For the time being, this is what I need.
Oh, no, I 100%. I'm not trying to talk you back into work.
But no, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if this is going to be something that is something forever. Or.
Well, I hope it is.
What do you mean?
Well, I hope you didn't throw 10 years away and then a month later.
No. But yeah, for right now, this is what I needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish you would have found something that you didn't have to do physical labor, but maybe you need physical labor. I mean,
it's not
good for the body.
Hurt me.
Yeah. They say it's good for your body and soul, and believe me, I am still in so much pain just from the little painting, and of course I'm dealing with
arthritis.
Yeah, pretty good arthritis, but that's out of everything, and I think I said that multiple times when you were telling me. I still believe that I'm not the person, and nobody's the person other than Travis and his family, to try to talk you into you're making a big mistake. That's never was my intent. I hope you made the decision, which I think it was, because I think it was a long decision that you made.
Yeah, it was.
Long drawn out period. I just hope that you didn't, because you had a lot of perks.
I did.
At where you're at.
I did.
A lot of freedom. So I was hoping, are you sure you want to give all that up?
Yeah. I did.
Did you have more than even what you realized, or no?
No, I think I did. I think I had more than I realized. There's just certain things now that I'm like, oh yeah, I can't go do that.
Yeah.
Without having to get permission. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, for my mental health part of it.
That's what I want to try. And I'm glad you just said that, because that's where we're probably going to close on, is how this life-changing event for you was because of men's mental, your mental health. And you were believe it or not, you were man enough to do what needed to be done for you and your family. That to me speaks volumes of where you're at mentally.
Yeah, it's been nice. It's been nice. But like I said, there's a lot to get used to.
Yeah. And that's going to take time, I think, but I wish you wouldn't have left just because I'm selfish.
Yeah.
And I like for you to be there, but you needed to go. now I see that. I didn't see that before.
Yeah.
But, when you're not around and I sit there and think about things, and I was like, moody Travis, he wasn't really moody. He was in a bad spot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wish you could have felt like you could have came, but I've also thought about that as well. Would I have been the one that you really needed to come to, because I'm right in the middle of all the stress that you're dealing with,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think you could have, though.
Yeah.
I think for the show, I think you leaving is going to bring a whole new dynamic, and I think it's going to be way better of a show moving forward.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of shit to talk about.
Correct. Because there was lots of awkward times, It was awkward at work when I started feeling like I couldn't talk to you on days we're going to record.
Yeah.
That was awkward because you needed to talk to me, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah. What's this about?
Yep. I look back at that and thought, yeah, that's going to suck. So personal side of things, I think it's going to be better. I haven't really done it other since the text got fucked up with your replacement, but or maybe I have actually. I can't remember. But I think conversations are going to be a lot funner between us now. Of course, they were back then too. So I don't know.
This is a fun
It's
guy.
weird. It's weird for me too.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's really weird. I struggled for. I'm not gonna lie. I struggled for a good solid week.
After?
Yeah.
Because we didn't speak.
Correct. I'm like, how am I gonna? Do I even want this anymore?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, how's that gonna fucking work? He's got his own goddamn schedule now, and where before, even when you were busy, and I'm like, fuck that, we're gonna record, which I shouldn't have, but yeah. So and I ain't gonna lie, I think I told you I felt betrayed at first. I'm like, motherfucker sat right there, and we had that whole episode.
I felt like I was betrayed.
I know.
I'm like, God damn it.
I didn't know that at the time. I'm like, what the?
That was the most. It was the weirdest feeling. I was like, I got in my truck afterwards, and I'm just sitting there, just like, and I'm like in my head the whole way, driving in silence, like, that motherfucker knows. He knows.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part.
Because I'd sit there and I'd kind of look at you, and you're just dead in my eyes, like talking about giving 2 weeks notice, and I'm like, just straight face too, and I'm like, and you could tell I did say something. I was like, well, when you're kind of in my position, like where I'm at, like, you want to give 2 weeks notice.
Correct. After you told me to rewatch this, I watched it, and I'm like, holy shit. Because like I said, I didn't notice it.
And I told you, I was like, because one thing Shawn has always said about me is I wear all my emotions on my face at all times. And he could read me when I was pissed off.
Guess
when
not.
I was trying to hide it and everything. That I was like, you need to I don't know what show you were watching.
Correct. I missed that one bigger and shit. And I do think I can read people pretty well, but boy, I missed that one. But yeah, so I mean, I had my own emotions afterwards. I'm a man enough to admit that I was taken back. I was hurt. I felt like, fuck, it ain't gonna be the same. It ain't gonna work,
Yeah.
And then the more I thought about it, and I'm like, actually, I think it's gonna. In fact, actually, my kids is the ones that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's like, no, I think it's gonna be better. Because I'm like, it ain't going to work because you got your own schedule, and I'm not going to fucking try to schedule our recording days for days and days and days. And then,
Brother, I'm off at 4.
when I texted you yesterday and say, hey, I think I'm finally ready to go again, what will work, Monday or Tuesday? Either works for me. I'm like, must be nice.
I said that I was supposed to take Payson on a workout today, so I came running home like, I was like, you gotta get ready. We got 45 minutes from the time we get there for a drive. And she comes out of the bathroom and she has tears running down her face, and toilet paper stuck up her nose. She had a bloody nose. She goes, I just don't think it's going to work today, Dad.
Oh my God, that's funny. Well, not actually for Payson, but yeah. So I was just I tormented myself because because again, this whole show circles around mental health. If you really think about it, because I started this because this is part of my therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife pushed me to get back in here.
Really?
Yes. She goes, you need to get fucking a hold of Travis and get back going. And even tonight, I'm telling Travis we're going to fucking do it tomorrow. I wasn't in a good mood. And she goes, no, you're going to fucking do it tonight. So I applaud my kids and my wife for pushing for us to keep this going. And I think that's, I think that's awesome that my kids and my wife see that this is part of my therapy. And
yeah. And I mean, I just like it. I even brought that up in one of our texts. I think it was kind of like the icebreaker because we did not speak.
Correct.
After that 2 weeks notice. And I think it was, what was it? I think it was almost a full week. It was like a couple days before I left.
It was.
Because you were even texting, like, this is why I was like, oh, that motherfucker is so mad at me. Because you would text me in BC on things you usually texted me about.
Correct, but I did that. I meant no harm by that, and I wondered if you took it that way.
I was like, oh, shit.
No, I had to. I felt like I needed to include BC into those because he needs to, because he's going to be dealing with a lot of your absence.
Oh, yeah, you called me. You texted me about a quote, and then you said, thank you, and by the way, you suck. And then
I think that's when I realized that I was going to continue with this.
Yeah.
And BC also had something to do with it, too.
Yeah, that's what I heard. And then I put on there, yeah, that was the hardest part for me about something. And then I'm still down to do the podcast if you are.
Yeah, I didn't respond.
Yeah, I was like, well, fuck.
I didn't mean to at first, but then I thought to myself, fuck, deserves him, right? As a joke. I'm like, I'm going to fucking string him along for a little bit.
Yeah.
But
that was just awkward. I don't know. I was thinking about it. I think I gave 2 weeks notice one other time at a job. The other times, like, either like the company got shut down and I bought it, or I just walked out, or I got furloughed, or stuff like that. And I just stayed out of the front. Like,
it was. I mean, it was obvious. Well, now that I look back at it, but yeah, you shit. I've got like 2 or 3 solo episodes. Oh yeah, I was hurt, dude. And I didn't think that I was in a mental spot where I could look across and say, hey. But as time goes on, and I realize that, you know, and I don't know how I do. I think I gave you a hug when you.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, moving to Louisiana. Oh shit! I gotta beat that name out. But yeah, he came in and told me yesterday, day before yesterday, maybe.
When's he leaving?
Tomorrow's his last day. Or, oh fuck, today was. Oops. I'm a little bitter about that one too. But
holy shit!
Yeah, we're in a bad spot. It hasn't been like this in over 10. You talk about stressed. And I know Brian is too, so you probably ought to reach out to him. And I don't know, do you still? I'm assuming you still.
Yeah, we were arguing the other day.
That's what he said. He goes, Jesus fuck, we're arguing like we're still at work.
That's what I told him. I was like, why are we still having? Because we were arguing about the weather. Because our daughters are on the same track team.
Oh.
And he's like, I can't wait to hang out with you next Thursday, knowing that I'm not going to hang out with him. Because I mean, we run with different crowds.
Correct.
And I was like, dude, it's going to be raining. The track meet's going to be canceled. He goes, it's a week out, Travis. the weather's gonna change, and we just kept going back and forth. I was like, why are we still having the same fucking arguments we used to have? Like,
Yeah, that's what he was saying, which I thought that was kind of funny because I could see it plain as day.
and that's I mean, the dynamic between you, me, and him, that was the biggest thing. That was
Yeah, and it just sucks. It's not the same, but you know, like I said, I always joked about how we weren't friends, but obviously we are friends. And
best
that's
friends.
best friends. Yeah, okay, I'll go with that now. Now that you're not at work, but yeah, no. Well, I mean, as far as work friends have ever gone, I think we probably got the most in common. So I think it's pretty easy for me to interact with you. Right or wrong, I think I've always told you I kind of, and not that I'm better than anybody at all, but I always kept a split, a somewhat of a line between, I don't want to say it, direct reports or whatever, you know. I would befriend them up to a point. And then I felt like you know, for work purposes, there has to be that separation. So that's why I never said you're my best friend. No, I have one best friend, Billy. But yeah, no.
Shit.
With that being said, I'm glad that things are working out for you.
Yeah.
I'm glad my family talked me into continuing with the Travis and Shawn show instead of Shawn going solo.
Yeah.
Which, man, I
would have been your biggest fucking hater on YouTube.
That's why
I would have. Ooh, I would have been talking shit.
But yeah, I mean,
You would have had a lot of comments.
I had it all figured. It was going to be a show where I had rotating guests, but it was all just going to be me.
Because like we weren't talking, and I was like getting CC trained up. I was like, by the way, you might be fucking like co-host on a fucking podcast or something.
Oh my God. Yeah, no. I had to think about CC, but yeah. But no, so
and let's not take away from the biggest news. You're gonna be Papa Shawn.
I don't see. That's the other thing. Everybody's like, "What do you want to be called?" Blah blah blah. Grandpa.
Grandpa?
I'm not into the
getting different names and shit.
Yeah, I don't like that. And my son agrees. He is Grandpa. That's all he should be called.
That's how like both sides of my family. Like, well, I guess my mom, she was just Grandma Nay to the kids, and my stepdad wanted to be called Papa. My dad wanted to be called. Then my wife's side of the family, they had names they wanted to be called. Ever since he was like could speak, my son did not buy into that. Your grandma, your grandpa.
That's the way I am too. I'd say maybe it's a white thing, but it's not, because I know my son-in-law. The shot's making me burp.
What are you on? You still on the same one?
Yeah.
I had to get off of it for a while. It was my insurance. I had to wait for it to
really
kick in.
I got a text saying that the Z will be filled for me tomorrow.
Really?
Because my doctor keeps trying to get me switched over.
I need to see what's covered with this one.
But I guarantee, I'm pretty sure this happened last time and it's going to get denied. But yeah, I got a. Where's it at? Oh, right here. Yep. Yeah, so I just got this apparently 1 hour ago. The W, because my prescription ran out and she didn't refill it because she tried the Z and they denied the Z. So then I'm sitting with nothing. So then she's like, well, I'm confused. I thought you wanted to go to the Z. And I said, I did, but they denied it. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I got, oh, fuck. I don't know where it's at, but it said that my Z, they're out of stock, but I'll be able to pick it up tomorrow. And now I just got something saying the W needs. What did it say? The W needs insurance approval. So I am so fucking confused.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
But I'm pretty sure the Z is going to get denied before I go pick it up. But anyhow. So with that being said, we made the whole episode about you, which is awesome, I think. I'm glad that you're still part of the show.
Me too.
I'm glad. I look forward to new and even more spontaneous conversation. Cause
Yeah, we should have a lot of just shooting from the hip.
Yep. So without that being said, our next episode is going to be what this one was supposed to be, the death of privacy, how everything tracks you, how you talk, your phone hears you, and then next thing you know, you're getting ads about that. So I look forward to that because that's a good one. I was excited to do this one. It's played out exactly like I thought it was going to. So with that being said, I do not have a good closer. I'm going to zoom in on Travis here and let him close out this episode. There you go, buddy.
Bye, Nibbles. Hi, Shawn, again.
That's all you got. All right. Well, with that being said, we will see you on the flip side.
See you next time.
Well, they gather around at 4:30 each day with Travis and Shawn. It's the easy way. Just sit back, 'cause the finest of life. Talking about life, all things in time. They mixing stories, a laugh or two in the north.